Hello and welcome back to the Reactivist Podcast. I'm Marlena Shivo. I never understood what people were talking about when I was younger, and they would say phrases like a war on the middle class. It never made any sense to me because I never really paid attention. And then I got older and I started to realize what that really meant. You know, you have these extremes in this country where you have the ultra rich who can afford to be taxed out the yin yang. And then you've got the ultra poor who need those taxes. And then you have everybody else. You have everybody else who did it the quote unquote right way, where they graduated from wherever they graduated from, got out into the world, or maybe they didn't graduate. Maybe they're entrepreneurs who didn't go through a traditional secondary higher education. And they start to make money, but they don't make gobs of money, right? They're not the finance douches. They're not the engineers of the world. They are people with startup companies who do okay, right? And they're trying to plan and have a nest egg and have a savings. And it becomes impossible. It becomes absolutely impossible because of taxes. And as soon as you start making more money, but not Elon Musk money, you know, we're not making Steve Jobs money. You're making decent money that should be able to afford you a very nice lifestyle and have a little extra on the side or a decent amount extra on the side for the future or for the unexpected. But no, 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 no. The second you make a little bit more that just pushes you over that threshold, that's it. You're making less. You're making, after taxes, you're making just a little bit more than you were making the year before because you've hit the next tax bracket. It really is a war on the middle class, and it's never ending. It's never ending. And you have people who, like me, are very socially liberal, but can't get down with the Democrats. And I am fiscally conservative, but can't get down with the Republicans either. Where do we go? Where do we go? Seriously, where are we going? Nowhere. I'll tell you, nowhere, because at this point, in between inflation and taxes, we're just going to sit and keep working and giving our money to other people so they can get ahead. I mean, if that's not backwards, I don't know what is. It's hard to disagree with Donald Trump when he says this country is headed in the wrong direction. Now, I don't know if I want to go in the direction that Donald Trump is going. I don't even know if Donald Trump knows what direction he's going in. He goes in a million different directions. But I definitely don't want to go in the direction we're heading now. You've got people in this country who don't belong in this country, who did not come here legally, who get to stay in the country seeking asylum. How about asylum for the rest of us? How about Eric Adams giving debit cards to migrants? I mean, come on. Where's my debit card? Oh, I forgot. It's in my wallet because I have a bank account that's bleeding money. Forget the war on the middle class. It's the war on Americans. The American dream is now a nightmare because colleges are astronomical. Astronomical. And you have to start saving from birth if you want your kids to go to school and not have any debt. The debt forgiveness for college students, that is coming from tax dollars. That is coming from people earning an income by working, and then a huge portion of that income is being taken by the government and then given to other people who are in debt. But if you think about it, if you would stop taking such large amounts of taxes. The people who need to pay for college might have a little bit more money in their pockets, and then they wouldn't need the loan relief because they wouldn't need these jumbo loans to get an education. And you wonder why everybody's angry. Laws of the land are that you have to give your money to the government so that you are free to live. You have hardworking people who play by the rules, who pay their taxes so that they can afford the freedom of not being in jail for tax evasion. And then you have criminals who steal, rob, and do a whole host of other things who get out of jail for free. Riddle me that. Riddle me that. Democrats. So, no, I'm not registering as a Democrat. I'm not registering so that I can support a party who takes my money to keep me out of jail so that other people can get out of jail for free. I want that to come up this November in the primary debates. I want someone to tell me where the equity is. They love that word, equity. People who are here illegally seeking asylum, who are waiting and will be waiting for years, get a driver's license in the state of Pennsylvania so that they have a way to drive themselves to work. Okay. I don't know where they're getting the cars from, but let's put that aside. If my license expires, which it never does because I'm an organized, law-abiding citizen, but if I were to overlook the fact that my license has expired and I get pulled over, I'm in trouble. I'm not in huge trouble. I have to pay a fine and go to the DMV and renew my license, but still, I'm the one you have to watch. These people don't have legal documentation, but they have a driver's license. If that's not backwards, that's Pennsylvania, right? Betterman, Democrats. It's funny. I've been called a lot of things in these past few years for not adhering to stupidity. And it's not my fault that the stupidity, or some of the stupidity, lies on the side of the Democrats. I mean, how do you not see it? I'm not saying there isn't stupidity with the Republican Party too. There is. There's stupidity there. Obviously, I don't support the fact that Roe v. Wade was overturned. I don't support the fact that we have a government system who is constantly trying to control what women do with their bodies. And that's not a Democratic thing. That's the Republicans, right? So I see fault on both sides, right? But what I find astonishing is that you can't have an independent opinion. No one wants you to have, they want you to see it their way. Because I don't agree with the way the border is being handled, and because I don't agree that people should get to live here on my tax dollars illegally, somehow that makes me MAGA? That's crazy. No, that's stupidity. I mean, there's no other word for it. That is absolute lunacy. And just because I believe that little nugget, but don't buy into all of what the Republicans are doing, somehow I'm a libtard. How can I be both? How can I be a libtard and MAGA? That also stupidity. I can be a little bit of both. I am right down the middle. I am, and everybody hates this phrase, I'm all about common sense. It makes no sense the way this country is being run. And this two-party system isn't working because nobody's happy. I mean, except for maybe the ultra rich. There's a small portion of people who have more money than they know what to do with, so they don't really care what's going on. The general sweeping statement, but for the most part, they don't really care what's going on because it doesn't really affect their wallet, you know? It's not until it's in your house, in your bank account, and as all of the pundits like to say, you know, at the gas pump, right? But it's true. It's true. I don't think either side has it figured out. I mean, we can't be anarchists, obviously. That doesn't work. I don't know. Just stop name calling. How about stop name calling? Let's start there. Don't don't call me a MAGA and don't call me a libtard and definitely don't call me woke. That forget it. You're out. You're out. Never call me woke. I believe in freedom, but God forbid I say the word patriot. God forbid I wear an American flag on my baseball cap. Oh my God, forget it. The extreme libs go nuts. It's like, hey, this is your country too. This is your flag. I can wear an American, everyone can wear an American flag if they want to. It's crazy. It's all about how you identify these days, I guess. That's for sure. How do you identify? I identify as a person who can't be easily convinced of anything illogical. That's how I identify. Okay, that's my party, the logical party. The party where you don't get to just make arbitrary rules and expect people to go along with it, expect me to go along with it. Okay. If you are a Democrat, good for you. If you're a Republican, good for you. I have no problem with what you are because that's the whole point. That is the whole point. You can be whatever you want to be, but don't tell me what I am. Don't tell me where I stand and who I should stand with, ever. I'm just going to go down ballot. That's it. You've both lost my vote. Neither one has my vote. I'm going down ballot. That's it. Boom, 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 boom. President, it's a bad batch of humans. We've had 4 years of Joe Biden, right? So the people who voted for Joe Biden, who are pro Biden right now, you know who I picture those people to be? The people who still drive in their cars with masks on. Those people are voting for Joe. They're like zombies. They're brain dead. They're like, they basically are AI. It's like you can program them and persuade them any which way you want to. And I'm scared. I feel like that's the majority right now. People want to argue about pronouns. That's what you think is plaguing the country. Pronouns? Letters on a page? Oh, I would love to be that clueless. I envy those people. Ugh. If I thought our country's biggest problem was pronouns, there's a reason why people say ignorance is bliss. If that's what you think is wrong with this country, God bless. You are one happy, clueless motherfucker.